I have a love and hate relationship with diving in the winter here. It was -2 last night. It's roughly 5-6 degrees here right now, and in the winter time the visibility is better. I think I see some garbage in the water. In the winter the visibility is better, and but it's much colder. The water temperature is actually the same all year round, so once I reach deep enough of depth, it's always 5 degrees. But once I come out of the water, if it's -2 at the top, then I get like I'm wet, and it's -2 out, and I'm going to be a lot colder. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Henry, and I'm located here at Alberdick Lake. Oh, there's ice. Check that out. That is ice. Not very much of it. Just kind of goes to right about there. This lake is actually fed by an underground stream, so there's an upwelling. And I've discussed this in previous videos before. Basically what happened was, this is an abandoned rock quarry. They were excavating, taking out rocks from here, and they hit the underground stream, and then started flooding, and they just took everything out, all the equipment out, and just abandoned it and turned it into just a lovely little park. There's a walk that goes all the way around, roughly 1 kilometer or so. So it's a nice place to come pick your dog out for a walk if you're local. Yeah. So, got my scooter with me. I'm just going to pick a random spot and just start scootering. I already see some trash in the water. There's like a beer can or something right there. I'll see if I can remember to go get that. Water is very clear. Alright, you guys. We will see you in the water. So I've mentioned in the last couple of videos that my video chronological order is really out of whack. To the astute viewer, you'll recognize at the tip of my scooter where this compass mount is, there used to be a black little GoPro mount, and that got knocked off, and I lost my GoPro in Cultus Lake a few dives prior to this dive. However, I've already posted the dive video of where I've actually lost that GoPro mount. So anyway, just pointing out the fact that my scooter setup is quite different, and the chronological order that I'm posting my videos is really out of whack. It's just because I've got all these folders of videos on my desktop, and I had not realized which one I was working on, and misposted, as it were. But I'm slowly catching up, and I've got them all organized now. And so basically things are going to be in order eventually. Anyway, just scootering along roughly. The water is actually quite low right now. It hasn't been raining a ton at this time of the year, and normally this is actually probably like 70 feet of water, but roughly at 50, I think the computer said 54 feet. Running into a patch of trash. I do find it interesting in Alberdick Lake. The way it works is that there's always pockets of trash, like 2, 3, 4, 6 beer cans, whatever, and then nothing. And then I'll have to scooter, and that hence the scooter, because if the garbage was more concentrated, I would simply just swim. But because I'll go through these patches of trash and then go through huge areas without any trash at all, and then I'll have to scooter to kind of find another area, makes the scooter pretty handy. Nothing really exciting here. You see here, like, it's funny that like literally the beer cans are just landing on top of each other. This is a good example of when I see like 4, 5 pieces of trash, and I have to grab the first 2, kind of guess where the third one is, and may or may not be able to recover the last one because I can't see it. So nothing really exciting up to this point. Just your beer cans and solo cups. I think this next shot here is me literally, as I said, scootering through patches of nothing until I get to another patch of garbage. And nice little stand-up paddleboard, paddle. I think I mentioned before that I always find it interesting. I wonder what happened to the person with their stand-up paddleboard. Obviously, they have to kind of paddle their way back with their hands, I suppose. So I knew I didn't want to swim with this thing, so I scooted back into the shallows. Here you can see me trying to warm up my hands a little bit, trying to get a little blood circulation back in there. 11 feet of water, just running through my safety stop. And then at that time there, I figured, oh, I wonder if I can just clean this off here. And through the paddle onto the shore right at my exit point, I knew I'll just go grab it later, and then went back down. I got still plenty of gas and plenty of time left, so found this anchor bag in the shallows, like very, very shallow, probably I think at the time like less than 20 feet of water. Again, pile of trash right on top of each other, cans and so on, and found a fishing rod. It's interesting because I seem to recall, like maybe 5-6 years ago, somebody had said that they had lost a fishing rod right in that spot there, but I've long lost the message and I have no idea who that fishing rod belongs to, so unfortunately. And it's really inexpensive, actually, this little rod here. "33 feet, that was my depth there. And that's a second anchor bag that I found, because the first one is already, you can see it, the first one is actually in my onion bag right there. That's a second onion bag. And that's pretty much the end of the dive. Little rope management. And there's my exit point. And gotta carry all my own dive gear up. I don't have any shore support for this kind of dive, so. Ooh, cold. I gotta let my, you guys know, like when you come in from like tobogganing or something like that, and as soon as you go back into the warmth, not that this is any warmer, I went from 5 degrees to 6 degrees. And my fingertips are like burning from the temperature change. Whew. Okay, I gotta let my fingertips warm up a little bit and then get changed, and then I'll show you what I got. The longtime followers will know that I'm like literally a stone throw away from the airport, and the helicopter training lessons are happening, so kind of loud, but it is what it is. Alright, I switched my, I broke a little plastic thing. Dope. I switched my microphone to a lav mic, hopefully in effort to reduce the amount of helicopter noise that you're going to hear. So let's, I think it was 18.5 pounds of garbage is what I measured out. I found 2 of these bag anchors. I find them relatively frequently. I don't know if it's because basically these bag anchors, all you do is you fill up with sand or rocks or whatever that's you find nearby, and then you drop it with your line. But the thing is like, I don't understand why people would just abandon them, because you just got to pull it back up. I know that's the second one. I know they're really inexpensive, but it seems kind of silly to just abandon them, because neither one of them were actually hung up on anything. It's not like, you got it entangled in trees or something like that, right? So kind of silly just to cut them and leave them in the water, because I don't think that's what they're intended for. So let's see here. Got a fishing rod. I don't know if it's any good. I'm not a fishing guy. Oh, that's an interesting top. That's weird. Never seen that before. It's a little cap thing on this. Huh, interesting. There's a green helicopter flying over me. Alright, let's sort this out. Yeah. Well, there we are. That's the trash. Not a lot, but still it was a pretty good dive for 45 minutes. I got a bit of line that was attached to those 2 bag anchors. They're not disposable, so don't just cut them loose in the lake. And you can use them again. It looks like 36 beer cans, beverage cans, 5 plastic bottles, 1 glass bottle, some solo cup things, Slurpee cups, golf balls, hat, sock. Got one fishing rod. I don't think it's of any value. I sent it over to my buddy Nathan he's gonna he reconditions fishing rods to donate them to the fishing program for kids down at the hatchery. One table leg. Don't know why there's one, but there's one, and one set of paddle. So that brings my collection to. I gave 4 to my neighbor the other day, last year, and I got, I think, 1 or 2 more at the dive shed now. So that's adding to my collection. My collection is growing yet again. So there we go. That was a fun time. Thank you very much to Pacific Pilsner for sponsoring the dive, as well as Lime Bike Share Technology. I actually took one of the bikes for a spin the other day. I rode home from work. My wife dropped me off at the liquor store, and then instead of her picking me up, I said, "Oh, let me take one of the Lime bikes." That was super fun, actually. So yeah, thank you to Lime Bike Share as well too, and thank you to my Patreon supporters. It is very cold for me. I am gonna go get warmed up. Yeah, long drive for me. I got to drive for like an hour to get home still. All right, thank you so much, guys. See you in the next one.